This is the crash video. I was flying a mission in the Lecce app, which was a problem for me because when the drone crashed, I wasn't using the official DJI app, and I couldn't sync the mission data to their server because I wasn't using their app. So it became critical that the drone was lost. I don't know if anybody's followed any of my stuff on YouTube, but I took off. This is I started off as a regular mission. It was it's going to go down to a golf course, which is down that road 150 where the crisscross is. It's going towards the mountains to this horizon that way. And I was just going to circle around the golf course and come back. It was a pretty quick mission, but the problem was it was pretty windy. It was windier than I thought it was. So I sent the drone up and started the mission, but it wasn't moving because it was hitting the headwind. So the wind had to be more than 20 miles an hour to keep it from moving forward. So I aborted, and I figured, well, I'll just fly around now like a regular, go deer hunt, look for deer or something, whatever. So that's what I did. So I'm kind of just zooming around. So, well, the issue was that with not being able to sync with the crash to the DJI servers means I had to find the drone. And that was a problem. That was a big problem because I had a general idea where it went down. But the X factor was there was a creek there as well. And the GPS essentially put the last known location in the middle of the creek in a very deep part. And I know it's deep because I actually put on waders. I had a GoPro camera on a selfie stick, and I was putting it underwater, looking around, thinking that if I couldn't see it from the surface, maybe I could see it on the camera, and when I played it back. So usually there's deer over here. I didn't see any that day. It was pretty windy, and it was pretty cold out too. It was back in February. This was February 12th to be exact. So I'm just kind of zooming around, kind of routine, no big deal. I had about 80% battery when it went down, and that is significant because the battery was almost close to fully charged, and when the drone crashed, apparently the battery popped out. It's still charged. So what happened was, this thing was stuck under. We had three snowstorms in a row, three nor'easters in a row, and that was 3 feet of snow on the ground at one time. We had one after another, 3 weeks straight, where we had at least a foot of snow each time. So the battery got wet, and it basically fried itself. So now I'm cruising across the street. Not much going on. Just figured I'd cruise around, waste some time. The drone was already in the air, so I figured, oh well, go sightseeing again, even though I've flown around here 100 times. A little boring. That's Route 150. This is Skodak, New York. Downtown Skododiac, I call it. Very rural. This is the sticks. Living in the country. There's the creek right there, as you can see. I didn't really notice at the time that for the most part it was frozen, but it wasn't completely frozen. And that's actually like a big they grow hay there. Hey there. It's a hayfield. And I was looking at this is a really cool feature of the creek because that's essentially a cliff, and it's pretty steep. You can't really tell from the video, but it's about a 30-foot drop, and it's if you fell off it, you'd know it. So I was kind of like just hovering over there, checking it out, because I'd seen it before, but never really got that close to it. I don't know what I was doing there. Probably lighting a cigarette or something stupid, because it's hanging there for a minute. Do do do. Oh, here we go. Start moving again. Sometimes it's hard to get low to the ground because I'm on the other side of the road and I'm behind a big hill. And a lot of times when you go dip below the hill, you lose the reception, the connection from the radio to the drone. And you'll start, your picture will start fading out. It'll pixelate like your satellite TV, in a storm. And you have to like ascend again to make contact back. So I was lucky to get that low, but usually I can't go that low because of the hill in between us, between me and where the drone was. You can see the cliff there. And actually, after the drone crashed, I was out there a couple of days later, and I was walking. I had my dog with me, and she was like, just kind of like wandering too close to the creek, and she's got no situational awareness. And I made sure that I had a hold of her leash because she probably could have fell into the creek. So right about now, this is when something went seriously wrong. Boom! See that? I believe a prop broke, and this thing just spun to the ground and crashed. And I found it a couple of days later. And this is me packing up the drone to ship it back to DJI for repair. Hopefully they'll honor the work. I should say honor the fact that it crashed. So we shall see. I'll go back to this video, has its own audio. Didn't do the 2 press. I didn't bother hooking it to her controller to the phone to see. I'm sure there's going to be 50 errors. But yep, going back. I'll keep everyone posted on my progress.